Raphael's in a bit of a conundrum because he's discovering he has feelings for Jane, which is, it's kind of shocking him because I don't think he ever expected to.
Did that start with the dream, or did it start prior to that?
I think it started prior to that because Jane offers Raphael something that he's never had, which is a chance to be himself, to kind of relax and have a conversation. And he's nervous around her. You know, she's having his baby, so there's a whole lot that's, you know, thrown into the pot. And I think that he's finding himself, and obviously she's beautiful, so, you know, he's realizing that the things he was attracted to maybe haven't been best for him, and here's this, like, you know, accidental, perfect, you know, situation in front of him that I think he's just finding himself gravitating towards without even realizing it. And now he's going to have to figure out if he's going to tell her.
His feelings about how he feels about her.
So it's tricky.
It is a tricky. Speaking of tricky, of course, he is married to Petra.
He is, and he just asked her to sign these divorce papers, but of course, you know,
she's fighting that.
It's not going to go away as easy as he would probably like. So, you know, he's got the Petra thing over here, and the Lachlan thing over here, and his dad in the hotel, and his sister, and the pregnancy, and this, you know, innocent, beautiful girl that he's finding himself attracted to. And it's all kind of happening all at once, which is a pretty intense, crazy place to be.
Yeah, it's a lot coming at him at once. And you've brought up Lachlan, Michael Ratty.
Michael is incredible.
How is it working with him?
I'm a huge fan of Michael. Actually, I emailed him before the table read when they brought him on as a character because I was a fan of his work from before. Michael and I had gone out for the same kind of roles. Like, one of my first auditions ever was for Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, like a decade ago. And I remember being like, oh no, that guy's really good. And I've just been a fan of his work, and he's so interesting, and he brings so much to life when he reads, and you know, when he takes what's on the page off, that I'm a fan of his.
So, and his dad's kind of favoring Lachlan. He tends to favor that, so it's created another dynamic for your character.
Yeah.
Do you think, because right now they're pretty much, it seems like, enemies, and do you think there's a chance that Lachlan and Raphael could become friends?
There's no chance they can become friends.
It's out of the...
I mean, Raphael stole his fiancée away just because he got the promotion. You know, it was very petty back then, and I don't see Lachlan forgiving Raphael.
Is Raphael going to try to make it up to Lachlan in any way now that he's having a change of heart after meeting Jane?
I think that Raphael sees everything differently now. I think that the cancer kind of wiped everything clean, and I don't think he has a grudge against Lachlan at all. You know, probably at the root of it, he feels bad for what he did, and now that he's dealing with Petra being the disaster that she kind of has been, he probably wishes he wouldn't have done it. But no, I don't think he has any bad animosity towards Lachlan, but the actions that may or may not be coming, you know, are the things that he doesn't like.
Okay, and also Raphael is essentially taking Jane away from her fiance at this point. He's coming between them.
Raphael, yes, I know it could look like... Does he feel bad about this? I know Raphael could look like he's coming between Jane and her fiance, but it's not intentional, number one. And, you know, sometimes these big events happen in our lives that are out of our control. He didn't ask to have this girl become inseminated with his sperm. He also didn't want his wife having his baby. So there are accidents that maybe are not accidents, and that's kind of reflective of life. You know, in life, these things happen to us. These things happen to us all the time that really are happening for our own benefit, but we can't see them when, you know, we're focused, like, in our life. But when we step out of it and we look at the holistic picture, we're like, oh, that was good for me. I think that's what's happening in this situation. Like, we're all able to see, like, oh, they could be perfect together, but they're not in that situation. And Raphael is certainly not. And he's not intentionally doing anything. He's not intentionally stealing Jane away from Michael. All that Raphael knows is that Michael has it out for him. He was very polite and very kind and nice to Michael when he met him the first few episodes, because he didn't have any ulterior motives. He was just, this is the girl having his baby, this is her fiance. Okay. You know, Michael was the one that had issues and jealousy issues with him. So it's never been an intentional thing, and Michael has it out for Raphael in another way. So, like, he's clearly not the nicest guy to Rafael. So, Rafael's very much just like, kind of along for the ride, and he's developed these feelings, and, it happens sometimes.
And how about his interaction and developing relationships with Jane's family, with her mom and her grandma? Will we be seeing more of that?
You will see them interacting coming up in the next 5 or so episodes, yeah.
Okay, and finally, what's been one of your favorite scenes or your favorite part about playing Rafael?
My favorite part about playing Rafael is playing a character that does everything from a place of integrity. I've never had the chance to play a character that constantly makes the positive decision. So, he's really dealing with a lot. And I know there are so many plot points in the show. Rafael it's like the world is on his shoulders all the time. And it's tricky playing a character that could be played super gloomy always. Whether it's his best friend dying or his wife and all of these things happening, he's constantly trying to just get his head above water and survive. And also the cancer was a huge part of that. And getting a chance to play a cancer survivor, I spent the last 2.5 years with very close friends and doing these documentaries of people that were dying of cancer. So getting a chance to play someone like that has been a supreme honor. And the cast is incredible, and the crew is incredible, and the writing is incredible, and being on Jane the Virgin is going to go down as one of the great blessings, I think, of my entire life.
For many years to come.
Fingers crossed. Keep watching.